Because our intention is to observe what's happening and if we need to change in a way.
You could change this pillar.
I know, right? It's right in the way.
I can move up. Oh, I'm so fine.
You're okay? All right. So just comfortable in your seated position, whatever that is. And again, if you need to change at any point in time, I'll have you go ahead and close your eyes. And if closing your eyes doesn't feel comfortable, if you'll just drop your gaze down and out in front of you. And take just a moment to transition from your drive here and into the room, from your day, whatever your day held. And I'm going to have you actually just kind of replay that in your mind. So take yourself back to the moment that you woke this morning, and just with your mind, run through your entire day, all the way up to this point, while you are seated on your mat. Continuing trying to direct your attention. And then seated in this position, go ahead and turn your attention now to your physical body. And notice if any of the things that you did today are showing up in the way your body feels in this moment. And simply acknowledging that. And then turning the attention to your breath. And if you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath, the constriction in the throat that makes a little bit of a whispering sound when you breathe, you can go ahead and engage that. And if that sounds like gibberish, Ujjayi, if that sounds like gibberish, don't worry about it. Just see if you can make your breath longer on both the inhale and the exhale. See if you can follow the breath from the entrance of the nostrils, coming in and down, feeling towards the end of the breath that maybe even the navel is slightly moving away from the spine. And then on the exhalation, you can intentionally contract at the navel, just draw the navel towards the spine and follow the breath up and out. Good. And then bringing the attention back to the room. Nice. And go ahead and move any prop that you have off to the side, or if you have a blanket and you want to use it to pad the knees, what we're going to do is we're going to be in a kneeling position, so standing up on our knees, and using a pose called Vajrasana. I'm going to do it kind of asymmetrically. We start to work with each side of the body here. So the knees are underneath the hips, and we're going to take the left hand, we're going to tuck the left hand into the low back, so the palm of the hand is kind of facing the wall behind you. And on an inhale, we'll just raise the right arm up. Now as you exhale, I want you to keep your right arm extended and drop your bottom towards your heels and bring your fingertips to touch the ground and maybe the forehead if the forehead reaches. And then on the inhalation, we'll rise back up, back into our starting position. And then as you exhale, just sweep your right arm behind you, and then we'll switch sides. So in the inhalation, we'll raise the left arm up. And as you exhale, drop your bottom back, reach your fingertips forward. You don't have to come all the way down. And you can even use a block or a blanket for the forehead. So on the inhale, we'll come back up. And then exhale. And really rotate the upper arm bone in the shoulder joint as you bring that arm behind you so you can feel that action. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And again, exhale, pull the navel in. Round the spine gently, fingertips and forehead just to touch the ground. And then inhale, and we'll rise back up. Exhale, feel your right upper arm bone rotating the shoulder joint. Inhale, raise the left arm up. And exhale, pull the navel in for support. And inhale, coming back to the top. And left arm sweeping behind you. Nice. So this time we're going to take both arms. We're going to reach both arms up. Inhale. And then as we come down, we'll sweep the arms into the lower back. So exhale, sweep your arms to your lower back, round your spine. And maybe the forehead comes all the way down. Maybe it doesn't. Inhale, expand your chest, reach your arms out, come all the way up to the top. And we're going to do that 3 more times. Exhale, pull the navel gently in, sweep your arms behind you, round the spine. Good. Inhale, expand your chest by squeezing the shoulder blades together, arms reach out and up. And then taking 2 more. Good. Slow inhale, chest expand, shoulder blades draw together, feel your arms reach up, feel your rib cage reach up. And exhale, coming all the way down. Good. Last one, inhale, come back up. And we'll exhale and just lower the arms down by our side. Good. Let's take and step the right foot forward. And make sure that your right foot is just a little bit in front of your right knee. Because we're doing just a little bit of a lunge. And you don't want your right knee to extend or to come forward of your ankle. So if you notice that once you're moving in and out, just shift your right foot a little bit further forward. Yeah. Good. All right, so right hand's going to rest on the right knee. And again, if it's too much pressure on your knee, you can use blanket, you can fold your mat over. Everybody looks good. All right, so on an inhalation, we're going to shift the hips forward. We're going to reach the left arm forward and up. Really think about lifting the breastbone upwards. And then on the exhalation, draw the navel in and come back into the starting position. Good, we'll do that again. Shift the hips forward. Reach up through your breastbone, reach up through your left fingers, nice. And then on the exhalation, pull the navel in, and we'll come down. Good, 2 more like that. Inhale, shift the hips forward, relax the neck. There you go, good. And then exhale. And then this next one, we're going to stay in the forward position. So we'll inhale and shift forward. And then we'll stay here as we exhale. And as you exhale, take your left shoulder blade, draw the left shoulder blade down. On the inhalation, see if you can take your rib cage and pull slightly the rib cage forward and lift up and up and up. So there's a nice balance between the stability in the lower body and yet this little bit of freedom that you find in your upper body. So make sure there's no tension in the neck, no tension in the jaw. And then on the next exhalation, we'll come out of the pose and we'll switch sides. So graceful or not, we'll switch sides. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Start to notice what's happening right between your right and your left side. Maybe one side feels stronger, one side feels tighter. Just begin to notice what's happening in your own structure. So this time the left hand is resting on the left leg, and on the inhalation, the right arm reaches forward and up. And then as you exhale, pull the navel in and draw back into the starting position. And again, inhale, shift your hips forward, take your lower ribs, draw them forward and up. Exhale, coming back into the starting position. We're taking 2 more like that. Good. Relaxing the external edge of the neck. And then on the next one, we're going to stay in that forward position. As you exhale, take your right shoulder blade and draw the right shoulder blade down the back of the body. And with every inhale, see if you can feel the lower ribs coming forward. And then maybe you feel like there's a little bit of a thumb in your armpit. It's kind of drawing the armpit forward. So you get a little bit more lift through the middle of your back versus any tension or dumping in your lower back. And then on our next exhale, we'll come out of the pose. Good. We'll come back into our kneeling position, and we'll come into hands and knees. Yeah. So palms under the shoulders and knees under the hips. On an inhale, expand the chest, lift your chin. And on the exhalation, bend your elbows, round your spine, and come all the way down into a child's pose position. We're just going to move in and out. So 5 more times. Inhale, slowly come back to hands and knees. Feel the vertebrae. As you exhale, contract from your pubic bone to your navel. Bend your elbows. Come all the way back and down. Then 4 more like that. Inhale, shift the hands and knees. Expand the chest into the inhalation. And then exhale, round the spine. Start by bending your elbows. Good. Forehead coming all the way down. That's it. Nice. Inhale, hands and knees. You're following your own breath pattern. Long inhales, long exhales. Good. Then all the way back on the exhale. We've got 2 more. Inhale, hands and knees. Put your elbows in, Felicia. Yep, there you go. As you go back and down. Nice. Good. We'll stay down in the child's pose position. And I'd like you just to begin to feel the breath in the back of your body. So see if you can drop your forehead down if that's comfortable for you. Yeah, there you go. Good. So now as you breathe, notice if you can find some space in between your shoulder blades. And then on your next breath, see if you can find that the back of your rib cage, kind of in the middle of your back, expands. And then further down, see if you can feel your lower back. Good. And from there, we're going to transition into a standing position, but we're going to do it through a downward facing dog. So if there's any shoulder injuries, you can skip down dog and you can come right up to standing, or you can inhale and come to hands and knees. And on an exhalation, we'll tuck our toes and lift the hips. Good. And take a breath or 2 here in this position. And as you're ready, we'll go ahead and walk the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet, however you want to come on up into a standing position. Yeah. Good. You can move your blanket off to the side if you have one. This mat's slippy. I feel like I can dance up here. That's really good. All right. So we're going to start with our feet hips width distance. And so what I was talking about is that we're going to be doing some lateral bending here. And so this is kind of a little micro movement. What we're going to do is we're going to lean to one side. And when we do that, you're going to lift one heel just barely up off the ground. So one heel is going to come up off the ground. We're going to stay in the lateral bend. And then over 3 breaths, we're going to take the heel and we're just going to like micro drop it down, micro drop it down, micro drop it down until you're completely pressing the heel into the ground and stretching the fingers in the opposite direction. But we'll go back and forth before we actually come into that lifting of the heel position. All right? So first, just feel your feet and let's kind of lift the toes up, spread them out, like roll around on the entire sole of your foot. It's pretty rare, except for Felicia, that we walk around all the time without our shoes on. Or maybe some of you do. But we lose the sensitivity in them, and that's kind of what brings awareness into our body and makes our spine respond to it. So it's nice to kind of just notice, where do I hang out in my feet? And how can I, undo some of the things that I do throughout the day. So once you kind of work the feet a little bit, we'll drop them down, 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 and then start to feel a little bit of activity through the arch of your foot. Like the arch of the foot lifts, the inner knees slightly lift, the inner thighs slightly lift, and the spine responds to that a little bit. We're going to keep the right hand just down by the side. On an inhalation, let's take the left arm, reach the left arm up, and as you exhale, just lean. Good. And then on the inhale, we'll come up and we'll bring the right arm up. And then exhale, lower the left arm and lean to the side. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, bring the left arm up, and then exhale. Good. Inhale up. And exhale, laterally bend. Good. Inhale up. And then exhale, lower your right arm and lift your heel. Good. So now we're going to stay in this position. And we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe in, I want you to try to press your left rib cage up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, pull your navel in and just drop your heel slightly down to the ground. Inhale again. Press the rib cage up. And then as you exhale, pull your navel in and drop the heel down. One more time. Press the ribcage up and out. And this time, sink the left heel down into the ground. Your leg is super active. And just extend a little bit more through the tips of your fingers. Try not to create stress in the head and neck. There's still ease there. We should feel a lot of space between our lower ribs and the hip joint. The top of your hip. And then on the next inhalation, we'll come up. And I want you to just go ahead and lower your arms, both of them. Because I want you to notice sensation in the left side of your body, neck, shoulder, rib cage, wherever it is that you experience it. And then we're going to come into on the second side. So I'll have you inhale, raise the left arm up, and then lean all the way over. Good. Lift the heel. And we're going to do that same thing. We're going to take 3 breaths to lower the right heel down towards the ground. So as you breathe in, expand the rib cage. As you exhale, drop your heel just a little micro. Inhale, expand the rib cage. Push the rib cage out and up. And then exhale, lower the heel just a little bit. One more time. Breathe in. And then sink the right heel down to the ground. Reach the right fingers up and over the head. And then turn your palm down. Yeah, that's just a little more natural. There you go. Good. And then breathing here. Good. And then inhale, coming up. And exhale, just lower the arms down. And again, just observe for a second. Notice what it feels like in the right side of your body. All right, we're going to find some activation in our legs here. Simple bent knee, forward bend. So on the inhalation, we'll raise the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees pretty deep. We're going to drop the chest towards the thighs. We're going to relax the head and the neck at the end of the exhalation. And then inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. We come all the way back up to stand. We're going to do that a few times. Exhale, feel your knees bend. Pull the navel in, round through your lower back, middle back. Relax the head and neck. Inhale to come up. 4 more like that. You're following your own breath. You're trying to fit the movement right inside your breath. 3 more. Keep moving. Good. Lead with your chest as you rise. Good. Exhale, pull your navel in, bend your knees, feel your lower back round, feel your middle back round. Inhale, lead with your chest as you come up, feel your breath come in and down. 2 more. Pull the navel in, lower back moves first, middle back second, relaxing the head and the neck. Strong legs, inhale, lift your chest. Last one here, exhale, bending the knees, rounding the spine. Good, on the inhale, we'll come back to stand. We'll stay standing, and as you exhale, just lower the arms down. Good, good. So we're going to go ahead and step our feet wide, so you can take your right foot back and then turn towards the wall there. And this is where it gets difficult for computer and everybody else to see. So, Mary, what we're doing is triangle pose, okay? And we're going to be doing arm movement like we have done before in the past, okay? And I've got some new students, so I'm going to bring myself over here first and then back in front of the camera in a second. All right, so feet are hips width distance. Yep, I'm sorry, I did not mean that. Feet are wide. And then we're going to take and turn the right toes. Let's turn the right toes out. Yep, good. So first we're just going to be moving in and out of triangle. Can you see me from here, or would you like me to move a little bit over there? I can see. You're good. Okay. So on the inhalation, we're going to extend the arms out wide. Now I want you to remember what we're doing. We're laterally bending, so what we've already been doing. So this is not just an extension and seeing how far we can go out and then just dropping the arm. What I want you to do is I literally want you like a teapot, tip over. Like that, and feel the space between your lower rib cage and your hip joint. Yeah, and then on the inhalation, we'll come back up. And we'll do that a couple more times. Exhale, pull the navel in. It supports the sacrum as you just tip over and create space. Inhale to come up. Good, 2 more like that. Exhale, tip over. Inhale, come up. And tip over 1 more time. And we're going to stay in this position. On your inhalation, take your top arm, reach your top arm over your head, press your rib cage up towards the ceiling when you do that. And then as you exhale, just lower the top arm down. Yep, we're going to do that again. Take the top arm, reach it over the head, press up through your rib cage, get a little more lateral bend, and then exhale and lower the arm. All right. We're going to stay in the arm position, so we're going to reach over the head, and we're going to stay here. Exhale, pull the navel in. It's actually a really difficult position to hold. Take your awareness into your feet, feel strong legs, a slight bend in your front knee. When you breathe, your concentration is expanding your left rib cage. Just feeling that space there. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And then our next inhale, we'll rise back up and exhale, lower the arms. Just notice that sensation on the left side of your body. We'll turn the toes in and then we'll move to the second side. Good. All right, so same thing. Feel awareness in your feet. On the inhalation, extend your arms out wide. Good. And then as you exhale, just tip over, laterally bend. On the inhale, rise back up. 3 more. Exhale, pull your navel in, laterally bend your spine. Create space between the lower ribs and the hip joint. Inhale to come up. And again, remember a little slight bend in your front knee is helpful. We don't want to lock out the knee. Inhale to come up. Good. And last one, we'll stay in the position and we'll start with the arms. So in the inhalation, we'll take the top arm, reach it over our head, push the rib cage up, and then exhale and lower the arm down. Inhale, reach the arm over the head, push your rib cage up, up, up. Shorten your left side, elongate your right. Exhale and bring it down. We're going to stay on the next one. Inhale, raise the arm over your head, and then stay here. Good. Just breathing in and out. Nice. Pretend as if someone has a hand on your right rib cage. Keely, can I touch your rib cage? Just right here. Push your ribs into my hand. Good. Give me pressure. That's it. Do you feel the difference there? Yeah, good. Nice. One more breath, and then we'll lower the right arm. And on an inhalation, come all the way up. Nice. And then exhale, just lower the arms. Pause for a second. Again, notice sensation. There's probably lots of sensation, warmth even. We can stay with our feet in this position. We're going to take a wide angled forward bend. So on an exhalation, I'm just going to have you go ahead and come down. If you need blocks, you'll bring blocks to your hands. And first, we'll stay in the center. So just hands directly underneath the shoulders. You can relax the head and the neck. You can feel some strong or some strength in your legs. Some activity and stretching through the inner thighs. For some people, nice stretching in the lower back. Pressing the heels down towards the ground as you reach your sit bones up towards the ceiling. And then with every exhale, letting go down the back of the body into top of the head. All right. And from there, what I'm going to have you do is just slightly bend your right knee and just walk your fingers, your hands over towards your right leg, your right bent knee. And then breathe there. And then I'm going to have you walk your fingers back to the center. You're going to bend your left knee. And then walk the hands over towards the left. And breathe there. And then we'll come back to the center. One more cycle of breath here, in and out. And then on the inhalation, you're going to come all the way back up to stand. And if you're dizzy at all, slight bend in your knees, and that'll help you not lock out. And we're going to stay in this wide foot position one more time. We're going to come into extended side angle. You know what is better, you guys? Will you guys turn? It was just pattern of habit that I asked you to go to your right. Because I can stay here, and you can see me if you turn the other direction. Will everybody turn this way for me? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Then I can stay in front of the camera. Well, except for you guys.
I
You
know,
guys,
I can hear.
yeah, okay. Or just turn this way. It's fine. If you want to face, or if you want to face me, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to take and turn, again, the right toes out. And we're going to be moving in and out of kind of a warrior two position first. So on the inhalation, you're going to extend your arms out wide. And as you exhale, just bend your right knee. Good. And then inhale and straighten the leg. We're gonna do it again 2 more times. Exhale, bend your right knee. Press into your back heel. Inhale, straighten the leg. And one more time, exhale, bend the knee. Good. Inhale up. On this next one, we're going to bring the right forearm down. So exhale, bend the knee, bring the forearm down. Good, and we'll stay here. Now inhale, take your top arm over your head and press the left rib cage up. So same thing we were doing in our triangle. Exhale, lower the arm. Good. Inhale, take your top arm over the head, press the left rib cage up. And exhale, lower the arm. Good. Inhale, raise the top arm up over the head. We're going to stay here and exhale. Good. So our concentration point here is as you breathe in, I want you to try to create space between each individual left rib. Create space between your lower rib and your left hip. Good. One more breath. And then we'll lower the top arm, and on an inhalation, we'll rise back up. Good. And then exhale. Good. We'll turn the right toes in, we'll turn the left toes out. And we'll repeat on the second side. So on your inhalation, expand the arms out wide. As you exhale, bend your left knee, just coming into a warrior two position. Good. Inhale, straighten the leg. And repeat. Exhale, bend the knee. As your left knee bends, pull your right inner thigh away from the bend of the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. And repeat. Exhale, bend your knee. Step your left foot a little bit further forward. There you go. So your knee does extend. Yeah. Inhale, straighten. On the next one, we're going to take the forearm to the thigh. So exhale, bend the knee, bring your left forearm down. Good. And then on the inhale, we're just going to take the top arm and reach it over the head, press up through the rib cage, and then exhale and lower the arm down. And we'll do it again. Inhale, reach the arm up and over the head, and then exhale, lower it back down. One more time. Inhale, take the top arm over the head, exhale, and lower. And then we're going to keep the arm extended over the head. So inhale, take the arm up over the head. Stay there as you exhale. When you inhale, feel as if you're taking your right rib cage and you're pushing it up towards the ceiling. And exhale, pull the navel in. Again, reach the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Maintain that exhale, pull the navel gently in. One more time. Press the rib cage up. And then we'll lower the top arm, bring it down by your side. On an inhalation, come back to stand. Good, and then exhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and step forward to the front of the mat. And we're going to make our way back down towards the ground, and we'll do that through a forward bend and a down dog. So again, if you don't want down dog, just take child's pose. So on the inhalation, we'll raise the arms forward and up. As you exhale, slight bend in your knees as you fold forward into your forward bend. I'll have you go ahead and step your feet back into a downward facing dog. Good. You can take a breath or two here in this position. And then from there, I'm going to have you go ahead and drop down onto your knees. And we're going to come back into our kneeling position. And we're going to take our right leg and extend the right leg out to the side. Yeah. Good. All right. All right, on our inhale, we're going to take the left arm, reach the left arm up. And as you exhale, just lean over. Inhale, come back up. And again, exhale, lean over. Notice how the intensity of the stretch becomes more as you fix the position more. Lean over, and then this time again, we're going to stay. We'll stay with the arm extended. We'll just stay in this position. It's really helpful if you have an active right leg. So roll down if you can through the outer edge of your right foot. Try to pull the right inner thigh towards the outer thigh. So there's some stability that comes from that position. And then you can concentrate on, again, pressing the rib cage out and up as you breathe. It's not easy. Good. And then we'll come on out, lower the arm, and switch sides. This mat is super, not grippy. It's super slippy. All right. So again, activate left leg, roll down to the outer edge of the foot, take the inner thigh, draw the inner thigh towards the outer thigh as much as you can. On an inhalation, we'll raise right arm, and then on the exhale, just lean to the side. Good, and we're deeply breathing, trying to create space between the lower ribs and the top of your hip. Notice what happens when you engage the navel on the exhale. So as you exhale, pull the navel in, and that will help you to find more depth. Good. And then we'll inhale back up, and exhale over the arms. Nice. Let's go ahead and come down onto our back here. And we'll have the knees bent and the feet up off of the ground. And first, for just a super, super gentle, easy, I'm going to have you on an exhalation, just hug your knees into your chest. And feel your lower back kind of pressing down into the ground. On the inhalation, let's move the knees away from you. The arms get straight. And on the exhalation, hug the knees into the chest and kind of round through your lower back. Press it down to the ground. I'll have you take 2 more like that. Inhale the knees away. And exhale, hug the knees into the chest. All right, from there, the legs are going to stay in the same position, but we're going to take our arms down by the side. Yep. And on an inhalation, we're going to raise our arms up above our head, and we're going to extend our legs. The feet go up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, we come back into that starting position. So lower your arms and bring your knees in towards your chest. And we'll do 3 more like that. Inhale. Raise the arms, reach up through your fingertips, extend your legs, and press up through your heels. Exhale, and just return to the starting position. 2 more. Long, slow inhales and exhales. Really link the breath to the movement. All right, we're going back up into the extended position. You're going to keep your legs up, but you're going to take your hands to your inner knees. Hands to your inner knees. Yep, and now we're going to go wide. So on the inhale, feet are flexed. I'll have you open your feet wide. And then on the exhale, with a little bit of pressure from your hands, bring your legs back together. We'll inhale and open. And exhale, just a little bit of pressure from your hands. Maybe feel a little shaking when that happens. Inhale, open. This time we're going to stay open. So from this position, another little micro movement. On the inhalation, I want you to bend your knees slightly. They kind of come towards you. And then on the exhalation, push out through your heels. So you can get a little bit more stretch through the inner thigh. And you'll do that a couple of times. Inhale, you let go a little bit, and the knees. And then exhale and just push out. One more time. Good. And then we'll inhale, bring the the legs all the way back together. And then exhale and hug your knees into your chest. And then from there, we're going to roll through the side, and we're going to come on up into seated. Good. All right. So we're going to take the right leg and draw the right heel in. And again, if you need to raise up a little bit to be comfortable just in a seated position, then you can do that. If when you bring your right heel in towards the center of your body, it creates any tension on your inner knee, then you could use a block or a blanket underneath that knee to lift up. And then we're going to take the left leg and we're going to reach the left leg out to the side. All right. So before we start to lateral bend here, I'm going to have you take your right hand to your left rib cage and just kind of rotate your left rib cage forward. Yeah. And then try to maintain that you don't like collapse towards the thigh when you do this movement, but that we expand through our right side and we shorten through our left rather than turning down towards the leg. Okay? So that's what that's for. So once you feel the rib cage drawn forward, I'm going to have you inhale and we're going to raise the right arm up, and then the exhalation, just laterally bend. Good. We're going to stay in this position and we're going to do a little bit of arm work. So we'll inhale in this position, but as you exhale, I want you to bend your elbow and rotate your left rib cage forward. Inhale, take the top arm over the head, push up through the rib cage, and then exhale, bend the elbow and rotate the left rib cage kind of forward. One more time. Inhale, extend the arm, push the right rib cage up, and then your choice where you stay. You could stay with a bent elbow, you could stay with the arm extended. The final pose, the work here is actually to keep extending down, down, down. You would take your left hand to your right foot, and you would keep going. I can't quite get there, but some people can. Yeah. But the work is to go all the way over, but not collapse, right? Because a lot of people get it by collapsing, but we're really just working this space. So see if you can find a place that works for you. Like what works? Where can you still breathe? On inhale, really notice how you can expand more. You create more space in the right side of the body. Good. No pulling, no cranking. Just breathing. And then we're going to come all the way up, up, up. And I want you to just pause. Good. Integrate that, feel that. Like to me, that is profound movement. I don't know why. Like I'm always like, all right, second side. And again, notice what happens. I've got one side, that was my side that I can go a little bit further than there. You're probably going to have some asymmetries in your body, and that just teaches you like what's happening in your own body. How can I create balance there? All right, so left hand to the right rib cage. We're just going to kind of pull it forward first. Notice that, yep. And then we can release it on the inhalation. We'll take the left arm up, and then as you exhale, just come on over. Good. Remember, you're never stuck Every time you breathe, your body is slightly moving, you're ebbing and flowing with your breath. So we'll start the arm movement here. So inhale, and then as you exhale, bend the elbow and take your right rib cage and just kind of rotate it forward. Inhale, the arm reaches over the head, press the left rib cage up and away from the hip, and then exhale, bend the elbow and rotate. Not the shoulder, but the rib cage. And then go ahead and find the position that you want to stay in and that you want to breathe in. And then next inhalation, come back up. Good. Nice. So let's take and extend both legs out wide. Nice. And, if you needed to, you could bend the knees a little bit. We're going to fold forward. And it's your choice, like how far you go. I don't expect anybody to flat down on the ground, like that's actually not super good for you. And you can even get a little bit more stretch through your lower back if you do bend your knees, and you can also sometimes stay there a little bit longer. So my preference when I'm in this position, in this posture, is to actually just bend my knees to start with. Like I just kind of let myself hang here in this position. So I feel this nice stretch down the entire length of the back of my body. And then if your body will allow you to, then you could start to work your heels out and straighten your legs. But that's not actually the primary intention here. That's kind of secondary to the forward bend. Yeah. And yeah, anywhere that feels most appropriate. If the legs feel better straight, go for it. You can come to fingertips, you can come to forearms, and once you find your place, go ahead and just breathe. Nice full inhales and long, slow exhales. Slowly, work our way back up. Good. You guys notice the difference between coming out of that lateral bend versus coming out of that forward bend? Like the effect that it has on you feels a little different. So remember that if you're at work and you're like face dropping into your computer screen like this, you're tired, bend laterally. Like stretch through the side of your body, awaken, move the energy in the side of your body. If you're super anxious, you're having a hard time catching your breath, if you're feeling overwhelmed, go forward, come down. Watch your breath, let it go long and slow, and see if you can kind of change the experience that you're having during your day. it's, small little things can be super, super helpful throughout the day. All right, so we'll bring our legs in, and I'm going to go ahead and come down onto your back with bent knees. And our heels are close towards the buttocks. I just want to make sure sacrum is all settled and feeling okay. We're going to do a couple bridge poses from this position. So the feet are pressing down into the ground, about hips width distance. Our arms are down by our sides. We're going to be using the arms as well. So on an inhalation, we'll press through the feet, lift the hips, and raise the arms up and over the head until the backs of the hands touch the floor behind you. And then on the exhalation, lower the hips and lower the arms. Try to manipulate each little vertebrae coming up and down. 3 more. Inhale, raise the hips and raise the arms. And exhale down. On your own, just follow your breath. Good. And if anybody needs or wants to have their knees into the chest as their final movement, if you feel like you need to rock around from side to side, anything that feels appropriate for your body, feel free to take that final little movement. And then as you're ready, you can go ahead and extend the legs out in front of you. And the arms at your side. And if for any reason lying on your back is not comfortable, it's up to you. You can roll into your side. You can take another position. Typically our Shavasana happens on the back, but that's not for everybody. If you have any tension in your back, you can take a rolled blanket underneath your knees. That can feel nice and supportive. Here in this position, just notice the feet. The knees. The hips. Drop the weight into the ribs. Into the shoulders. And into the back of the head. And just relax your body. And I'll call you out of Shavasana in just a minute or two. inhalation. Maybe even pause the breath for just a brief moment at the end of the inhale, as if that kind of awakens you. And start to move the hands and move the feet, and move the head. And then take your time, but we'll come back up into seated. And we'll just pause in our seated position for just another minute, not too long. And if you feel comfortable with eyes closed, you can close the eyes, if not, just drop the gaze down. I'd like you to bring your hands into the center of your chest. And we're just going to take one more movement. We'll repeat it a few times. On your inhalation, you're going to expand your arms out wide. And on your exhalation, you're going to bring your hands right back into the center of your chest. And we'll do that 5 more times. Now to your last one, while you leave your hands in the center of your chest, but I'd like you to just feel as if when you breathe, your energy expands from the center of your body all the way out without actually moving your body. But you can feel, you can sense, you can see the energy is just expanding on the inhalation and coming right back to you on the exhale. And on this last one, see if you can sense the expansion of the energy through the room and to everybody in the room. And then holding our awareness in the center of our body, or in the center of the chest, wherever feels like you just land. Take just one more moment. Notice any shift or change that you feel in your body, in your attention, in your mind. And then as you're ready, opening the eyes and just coming back into the room. Nice, ladies. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. everybody has a lovely evening. I'm always available for questions, comments, concerns, constructive criticism.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Mary.
If you need any dancer's chalk, they have it back there in the supplies. I don't know what's in it though. So
Your mat. Is that what you're talking about?
the dancer's chalk, ballet chalk, they
Yeah,
have it in,
for the mat.
yeah, for your, if your mat is too slippery.
It's super. I think next time I'm just gonna lay one over it.
Yeah,
You know, so because it's not too often that I want to go forward, but
yeah,
I realize, you know, I think that could be a reason why people have a really hard time in yoga in the beginning is if you have a mat that you're sliding on. Like it's really hard to hold a position, to hold a pose when you're trying to like grip in your feet in your hands. Yeah.
well, when it starts getting cooler, I wear my little yoga sticky socks, so the toe socks, yeah. And then you don't have to get pedicure, you know, that kind of thing.
All right, good to see you or see your picture.
Oh, yeah, me and Fred, yeah. Vacation times from long ago, yeah, back when there were vacations.
Right.
Yeah, well, take care. Good to see you. Thanks.
All right, good to see you too. Good night.
Bye-bye.